So when I set out to compose Maksimal, I had been listening to a lot of contemporary Scandinavian music, Esa-Pekka and Kaija Saariaho, Anders Hillberg, Magnus Lindberg, Carl Nielsen symphonies, and Sibelius. And I'd also been reading this really interesting essay by music writer Larry Roth, and it's called Sibelius and Mahler, What More Could There Be? The two composers had this conversation together, and Sibelius said, oh, the symphony has to have this taut logic. Every melody, every motive has to be just in the right place. And Mahler said, no, my dear, the symphony must be like the world. It must embrace everything. For me, Maksimal tried to bring this all together. It has bright colors, it has crisp orchestration. I think you can hear some of the Scandinavian influence. But I was also thinking about this conversation between Sibelius and Mahler. I was thinking about how in each of their musics, there is this sort of expansive scope, and there is this sense where sort of everything comes together in this organic world. When I started composing the first movement, I called it White Heat because I asked the violinist to play this very dry, percussive bow stroke. And on top of that stroke, I have a percussionist playing something called a log drum. It's literally like a hollowed out piece of wood. It used to be a log. And I had this image when the sound was playing of someone in the forest sort of rubbing two sticks together trying to make fire. And that's what happens. You have this sort of simmering, fiery music, and then the whole ensemble comes in and it kind of bursts into flame. Continuum is sort of a musical dream that connects the first and third movements. It starts with these low bass chords, amorphous, like clouds rising up. Continuum is this very crucial link in Maksimal. It takes us from the fiery world of the first movement, White Heat. It winds us through the dream, and it connects us into that whimsical final movement, Circle Games. So Circle Games is this sort of playful chase between the soloist and the ensemble. It starts with these rippling bells, and then it unfolds in different variations. But each time a passage kicks off, it sort of peters out and it leaves the solo violin all by itself. And then that violin will wind us back, and it will get us right back to where we started at the next rippling bells. This movement is quite strange, actually. It's very whimsical, and it doesn't fit in these sort of neat, perfect little blocks. But at the same time, that free nature helped me kind of wind in these different episodes and worlds, and there was a lot of fun in that. Maksimal is a weird piece. It doesn't fit into any single template or archetype form, but it's also music that means a lot to me. It was very personal. It was in a sort of new language and style, a new horizon for me as a composer. And it's a piece that reflects some of my deep beliefs about, our life, our nature. It's a piece about how we connect to others. It's a piece about how we experience events across different spans of our lives, about how we find meaning. I guess it's Mahler who wins out for me. This is a piece that sort of embraces everything.